Welcome everyone! In this video, we are in the Ultra League, showcasing some more fun battles featuring Guzzlord. Guzzlord, my goodness guys, I was thoroughly impressed with the newest Ultra Beast introduced into Pokemon Go. This thing is the real deal, my friends. I am not regretting investing in this thing at all. And it will be serving as the closer in the back on this team. You really have to protect it from the Charmers and the Fighters. So we're rolling with Escav on the lead. And if you're concerned about IVs, don't worry about it, guys. This is one of the Pokemon that really, IVs don't really affect it too much. So, and also on this team, we've got Dragalge on the safe swap. As mentioned before, you really want to protect Guzzlord from those Charmers and Fighters, and Dragalge, is here on this team to draw out any potential Charmers that may be lurking in the back. And also on this team, we've got Escav on the lead, as mentioned before, to handle those Fighters and Charmers. There are very few Pokemon that can cover the weaknesses of a dragon, quite like Escav. If you guys watched my earlier video with Escav this week, you will know how fond I am of pairing it with powerful dragons. But before we dive into the featured set of the video, we are starting things off with some bonus battles that I thought were tons of fun. Galvantula lead, not the best lead for Escav, so we're going into our safe swap Dragalge, and they're staying in. That is quite telling, my friends. That means they're weak in the back to perhaps a poison type or a dragon type, and this is quite telling. And the reason why is because Dragalge, much like Giratina, absolutely hard walls Galvantula's entire moveset. There's nothing that this thing can throw that will not be resisted, which is very interesting. And they're just going straight resisted lunge to lower our attack, and we're going to just throw this Aqua Tail here as the damage is adding up. Dragalge, quite bulky, can absolutely hang in there, and we take out the Galvantula. Now we're going to see what was hiding. It was a Talonflame, so very interesting, very nice. Dragalge really puts in the work, and if you don't have one, guys, you can definitely run Gyarados. Gyarados would be an excellent replacement, or you could roll with Giratina if you do have one. They are going to throw, and we will let this go. I wonder what we will come in with. Maybe Guzzlord? It's Guzzlord time. You guys guessed it. And Guzzlord, my goodness. I cannot express how impressed I was with this new Pokemon. It is amazing, guys. And for once, they didn't handicap a brand new Pokemon by giving it an awful moveset. This moveset is amazing on Guzzlord. They really knocked it out of the park with this Pokemon. And we did shield up that first Flame Charge, and now we're going to have to shield up the Brave Bird. They baited us, and they've got a Scrafty in the back. Okay, so this is looking pretty good. It's just about over, my friends, as Escav running counter is going to absolutely shred right through this Scrafty. And the play here now is they're just going to go pup here. That's fine. The play here is we're not throwing a charge move. We're just trying to get in as many super effective counters as we can, and we are absolutely shredding. And they realize they're going to have to throw. They cannot farm down with boosted counters on Escav, and they go foul play. That's amazing. That means they are now energy dry, and even if they wanted to throw pup, it was not going to help them, as Guzzlord is about as bulky as it gets, as we do take it out. That's going to be a good game. Well played. I am telling you guys, Guzzlord is for sure 100% the new meta in the Ultra League. Definitely worth getting one for yourself. And here we go. Positive lead. Cresselia on the lead, and they're staying in. This is a terrible lead for them. Once again, quite telling. So this means that they likely have a dark type in the back, most likely an Obstagoon, something like that, or an Umbreon. In the back, and they shield. That's even more telling. They go Future Sight. That's fine. That's resisted. But again, Escav, not quite known for its bulk. That does hurt a little bit, and they're going to force a shield. That is how insane Cresselia is. Just an absolute monster, and we should probably bait here, but I'm thinking there's no way that they two-shield their tanky Cresselia, so we're going for the big Mega Horn, and that does lots of damage to a very tanky Pokemon. And this is fine. At this point, the damage has been done. We can let this go. They're fighting super hard for lead, but we knew that we had a poison type. I'm reading if there's an Obstagoon in the back. Or a Scrafty, something like that. And so we're just going to come in with our Dragalge to farm down. And now we're going to see what they were hiding in the back. They come in with Swampert. That's an excellent answer to Dragalge. So them winning lead allowed them to control the alignment. I'm still reading that there's something that is weak to a counter user in the back, and they let that outrage go. That was amazing. Tried to catch the EQ. But there it is. They were hiding that Obstagoon in the back, lurking in the back. But guys, you're about to see the power of Guzzlord in the Ultra League. This thing is so tanky. Now, if it's running counter, I think it's GG's, but they go Night Slash here. That means that they're either running the awful Community Day move of Obstruct, or perhaps they're running one of the nuke moves that Obstagoon can learn. We don't know, but they're just going straight resisted Night Slash, maybe fishing for a boost. We will never know, because Guzzlord absolutely takes another resisted Night Slash. Guzzlord, insane, guys. Hangs on by a thread, and we still are able to get off this Dragon Claw onto the Swampert, likely drawing a shield as it is quite low, and we do get the shield. Guzzlord is amazing. We do get through a Dragon Tail, and we are not gonna risk getting one shot. We knew that it was most likely a bait. They kind of had to bait, but that Dragon Tail takes it out. Dragalge cleaning up the end game. In the end, that's going to be yet another good game. Well played. Guzzlord did not disappoint, my friends, and this team for it was absolutely putting in the work, especially with a lead like this. Positive lead in a Lowland Mug running Poison Jab. That's double resisted, makes it even better for Escav, and we're going to hold on to the energy. They tried to catch on a Trevenant, and it is Guzzlord time if I've ever seen it. Holy smokes, guys. Oh my goodness, Guzzlord is maybe the ultimate, outside of maybe Obstagoon, something like that. My goodness, guys, Guzzlord absolutely hard walls Trevenant like you wouldn't believe. And we are rolling Crunch. You can go Brutal Swing as well. I like Crunch for that debuff chance, and we do one-shot that Trevenant. They come back in with the Alolan Muck, and they can throw whatever they want. We're not shielding, that's resisted, not going to cut it, and going to go for a Dragon Claw. I'm telling you guys, the moveset on Guzzlord, amazing, so good. This thing is so good. I'm so happy I invested in it, and I would highly recommend you do the same, as they do come in with a Wall Rain, so they are now locked in here. I'm going to go for this Dragon Claw, chip a little bit, and dip back into our Escap. Going to go right for this massive Mega Horn. This would do a metric ton of damage, even the Wall Rain, and they shield. That's okay. We are still doing massive, super effective damage with our fast moves. And this could absolutely be an EQ, but we're going to let this go, and that is fine. It does not KO, and they're going to have a really tough time farming down without having to either take some damage or give up another shield, and they do. We now have a 2 shield advantage. That's the power of Escav right there, guys. Getting a little sweaty here, as we do have another Dragon type, which is taking super effective damage from this Wall Rain. So now what we are forced to do here is the 2 shield farm down this Wall Rain, as it is absolutely loaded on energy. But we are preserving quite a bit of health on this Dragalge, and now it is looking good here. Just about smooth sailing, I would say. Going to go for this Aqua Tail. It does not KO, but one Dragon Claw does the trick, and that Wall Rain's hanging on by a thread. Dragalge takes it out with another Dragon Tail. I'm telling you, this team for Guzzlord was really putting in the work. And again, if you don't have Dragalge, just roll with Gyarados or Giratina. Guys, you know a Pokemon is good when you really have to think long and hard about which moveset to run, just because it has so many good moves to choose from. But here we go. Tapu Fini on the lead. This is a bit of a tricky lead for this team, as it is resisting all 3 of our Pokemon's fast moves. And just going to go for the big drill run that does a decent amount to Tapu Fini here. And like I said, this is kind of tricky here. We're going to have to shield our Escav because Surf with Stab would do quite a bit to Escav, especially from this health range, and they're throwing at very awkward times, forcing shields from us. I really wanted to catch a Surf onto Dragalge, but it was really tricky either way just because of their timing on when they threw their moves. Good on them, but we take out the Tapu Fini. That's a major obstacle out of the way. We aggro swap into our Dragalge, and they've got a Shadow Dragonite in the back. Holy smokes, are you kidding me? I was expecting something like a Talonflame in the back, as you often see it paired, and we live that Dragon Claw, that Shadow Dragon Claw from Dragonite. That's the power of Dragalge. Quite bulky, quite impressive, I must say. And it really did put in some work on this Dragonite, and they are still holding on to a 2 shield advantage. Gonna go for the resisted Drill Run from here. It would KO, and they shield. Oh my goodness. They are giving us a really hard time, and they've got a Melmetal in the back. Not even our Guzzlord could pull that one out, as it does have superpower. That was GG's for them. Good game, well played to them. Had a blast with those bonus battles as we move into the featured set of the video. Met with a nice shiny Gyarados here. Gonna stay in a little bit. Oh, they're running Waterfall. Time to go into the Dragalge, excuse me. And they meet us with a Drapion. So this is fine. Like I said, Dragalge, quite bulky, guys. And these Dragon Tails with Stab, excuse me, absolutely chunk. Now, shields are up. There's no way that they're expecting us to go for the massive nuke move with Stab, and we go for it, and they let it go! Holy smokes! Oh my goodness! They stop attacking. Oh, they let that go. And they top left. Holy smokes. Took the win right out of those sails. I'm telling you guys, this team is amazing. Good game, well played to them. I say it time and time again on this channel, sometimes it just pays to not bait. And here we go, positive lead in Walrein. Oh, they got a Trevenant. It is Guzzlord time, and they quickly top left. Holy smokes. They've probably been RPS'd a few too many times that day, but good game, well played to them. Guzzlord team was really forcing the top lefts. They usually take one look at Guzzlord and they say, I am out of here. But here we go. Another Tapu Fini lead. Like I said, it's going to be one of the most tricky leads with this particular team. Again, as Tapu Fini sort of core breaks the team a bit. Not completely, but enough to warrant being on guard against it. So going to try and catch the serve, but yet again, they hold on to that energy. We could not successfully catch, and they've got another Swampert in the back. So seeing that there's a Tapu Fini, we draw out the Swampert. Again, like I said, Tapu Fini can often have a Talonflame in the back. But definitely could have a Registeel as well. So we're going to fight hard for switch here. Going to shield this, and they bait us. That's okay. We did bait them. We weren't quite at the outrage, but I was willing to bet that they didn't know that. Going to go for another Aqua Tail here, and we grabbed the second shield. That is amazing. They're fighting just as hard for switch here, and now I'm reading that they're just going to bait us again. And go for the resisted Hydro Cannon. Not going to cut it on Dragalge. Like I said, Dragalge has some very, very impressive bulk, and I would say also well worth the investment for the Ultra League. We take it out, flip switch with Dragalge. That's the power of Dragalge in the Ultra League, and they throw immediately. They're really trying to get rid of this Dragalge. That's fine. Gonna let this go. Take the one. Whoa, that does not KO. I'm telling you, Dragalge's insane. That didn't KO, but we've got residual energy, and they have no shields, which means that we are getting to this drill run, which will allow us to say bye-bye to the Tapu Fini. And oh, they had a Registeel. It was lights out for them, and they quickly realized that, as with a shield, Escav was gonna run right through that Registeel. Good game, well played to them. This is likely one of the best teams you could possibly run if you've recently received a nice Guzzlord. But here we go, not with a lead like this. That's an awful lead, the worst lead for Escav. We had a shiny Talonflame, and they hard swap. Oh my goodness, hard countered on the lead, hard counter on the swamp. They met our Dragalge with a wall rain. So, gotta play this carefully, and they shield our outrage. My goodness, holy smokes. Okay. Alright, they're playing hardball with us. So, now we are calculating here. We're team reading here at this point. As you see, Dragalge comfortably tanks a massively super effective Icicle Spear. Dragalge, quite nice, I'm telling you guys. So we let that go. Team reading here, they led with Talonflame, which means that they absolutely have to have rock solid coverage for a water type like Swampert. And Wall Rain is a very solid answer for a water type, and Talonflame will often also have a Trevenant in the back. So that's what we're reading. That's why we're no shielding everything. We're going to put the hope and faith in the Guzzlord to bring this home for us. They come back in with that Talonflame. I'm thinking for sure 100% by now there's a Trevenant in the back. They have to protect Talonflame from Swampert, and there are a few better answers to a Swampert than Trevenant. So that's what we're reading, guys. That's why team reading, if you can get good at it, you can work your way out of seemingly impossible situations like this one. We're just going to two-shield everything, not going to risk the massive damage of a potential Brave Bird. Even on Guzzlord, it'd do quite a bit. And oh, there it is, Trevenant. Read the team like a book, my friends. Going to just bait with a Dragon Claw here. They have to shield this, and we successfully bait. Guzzlord putting in the work. And now it is smooth sailing from here. Holy smokes. That's how good this Guzzlord team is, guys. That was a nearly impossible situation. Talonflame on the lead, and then hard countered on the swap with Wall Rain. But Guzzlord pulls through for us. One Dragon Claw takes it out, and that Talonflame can do nothing to Guzzlord as they top left. I'm telling you guys, probably one of the best Guzzlord teams you could possibly run. Good game, well played to our opponent. So by now, if you're not quite sold on Guzzlord, I don't know what'll sell you on it. It's amazing. And here we go. Another shiny Talonflame lead. Awful lead. We're going into our Dragalge safe swap, and they meet us with a Swampert. So with a lead like that, we absolutely have to fight hard for Switch. Gonna go for the big outrage. Maybe they decide to call a bait, but no such luck. They shield Dragalge. Amazing on the safe swap. And again, guys, if you don't have an XL Dragalge, you can absolutely run Gyarados. It'll work almost as well, or you could roll with Giratina. But we are rolling with our Dragalge here today on this team, and we are trading shields. They're fighting just as hard for Switch yet again, and we will shield up a potential EQ here. We have to flip this Switch, and we successfully shield. Shields are now down on both ends. But what is most important is that we control alignment, and they come in with an armored Mewtwo. Holy smokes. So these confusions are really chunking, but Dragalge, I can't say it enough, has the bulk to hang in, and we get off that big outrage. That was huge because armored Mewtwo, unlike its non-armored counterpoint, is quite bulky. And we come in with Escav. It would be awfully tempting to come in with our dark type Guzzlord, but armored Mewtwo learns Dynamic Punch, and I was thinking Escav could easily or better absorb that damage. And now it is time for Guzzlord to feast and bring this home for us, guys. This is amazing. They can go Brave Bird if they want, but no, they want to rev up that damage and guarantee the KO. But that's fine. We're just going to chunk with these Dragon Tails and throw this crunch here. It will not KO, but it will be getting the Talonflame quite low, and the damage has been done. We get the defense drop as well, which is again why I kind of like crunch on it. They one shot with Brave Bird, but the damage has been done. We counter down. And we don't often get off these massive mega horns. We're going for it because why not? As that absolutely one-shots the Psychic type Mewtwo. Holy smokes, I'll tell you guys, this Guzzlord team was amazing. And that is the team, my friends. How about it? 5-0 with good old Guzzlord. I'm telling you, this thing did not disappoint. It is amazing. They absolutely knocked it out of the park with the moveset on Guzzlord. For for once, Niantic threw us a bone and didn't absolutely handicap a Pokemon by giving it an awful moveset. I don't know why they do that, but it seems as though maybe they've come to their senses and they actually gave it a moveset that we can work with, guys, and that is amazing. Kudos to them for that. Guzzlord, amazing. Like I said, on the moveset, you could really run anything. All of the moves are amazing for it in Pokemon Go Battle League. It has the option of Dragon Tail or Snarl as its fast move, both very solid fast moves for Pokemon like Guzzlord. And as for charge moves, you can definitely run Dragon Claw. You can go with Crunch. It does have access to Brutal Swing as well. And if you wanted to get super spicy, you could absolutely run Sludge Bomb and really maybe one-shot some fairies. So amazing moveset, amazing Pokemon. Guzzlord absolutely gets my seal of approval. And again, with this team, if you want to give it a try and you don't have a Dragalge, again, you can run Gyarados. Gyarados would work very well in the place of Dragalge, or if you have a Giratina, you could definitely run that as well. But guys, I had a blast. I hope you all enjoyed. As always, I thank you for watching and keep up the grind. Thank you, guys.